You know, let me take a water break for 1 second before I get to talking, because I'm about to do some major rambling this morning on somebody's asses. All right, guys. Good morning. This is Friday, March 22nd, 2019. I got a lot to talk about, and I'm going to warn you guys, this thing might be explosively, one of the most explosive and most controversial podcasts I've done in the 5 years I've been doing DJ Wolf Live, Spreaker, and YouTube, and iHeartRadio. So this is fair warning. This is for mature audiences only. But this is probably one of the most controversial podcasts that I've ever done. And I got to talk about it because I was, after last night, I was so angry. I was angry to the point of tears. I mean, angry. I mean, very angry. Very, very angry. The most angry I think I've ever been. All right. Let's talk about it. Want to hear it? Let's get it in. Let's go. This is DJ Wolf Live. Brace yourself. All right, guys. You know, I really dreaded to do an episode like this. I really did. I'm going to talk about black families. I'm not done because I'm going to do a live podcast too. Maybe sometime later tonight. But I'm going to tell you right now, after having some conversations last night, I'm here to tell you, no wonder black families are going downhill. You know? And I'm saying, not saying all black families, but there are some where you thought that, you know, you would be able to, you know, come together and hold each other up. Nope. You know, this is what I'm gonna say. There's a certain class of black women, and not necessarily. Well, I can say single mothers, and I can say divorced mothers too, who ain't about shit. You know. One of the things I can say that some YouTubers talk about black women, I gotta hold them down. They absolutely right. You can't deny it, man. Our women are just dangerous, man. They get to run off at the mouth and put you in the quagmire before you know it. I've had women do that to me before. Not just with women, not just with women I know outside of work, but women at work too. I had a couple women in church do it. They will put you in the quagmire and don't give a fuck. You know, honestly. They don't care. Only thing they want to know that they're right no matter how wrong they are. And they'll throw you under the bus in a second. Because frankly, they don't give a fuck. And it's really a shame. It's heartbreaking to me, man, that you have black women out there that's just that dirty and just that motherfucking grimy. To sit there and put you in the bad spot, no matter how right you try to be with them, no matter how honest you try to talk to them, they just looking for ways to just throw you under the fucking bus, man. And you did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. If anything, you try to do right, and they still try to fuck you over. Every fucking time. Your own black women. You're damn right I'm talking about it. But don't talk about our sisters like that. Man, fuck that. Fuck you. I'm tired of this shit. You got black women will throw you under the fucking bus in a heartbeat. You know? And I know of some family relatives and in-laws in some cases where that's happened. I'm not going to go into detail about it. You know? And now I see what they're talking about. Matter of fact, I'm going to give them a shout this weekend. I'm going to give them calls this weekend. Because now I know what he was dealing with. And now I'm dealing with it. You know, you think that, and now I can honestly say I can understand why some black families don't deal with their other family members. I can fully understand it. Now I'm in that situation. I'm not going to go into detail about it. But it does make me very sad and angry and depressed all at the same time. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I'm telling you, it's so heartbreaking. I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to say. You know, you're stuck in the middle of bullshit. And then you get thrown right on the bus. You're trying to do what you can. The only thing they do is just, you know, point fingers at you. You're trying to get answers. You're trying to be there. Be strong. Be there for your family. And then motherfuckers throw you under the fucking bus, man. Literally under the bus. Or don't bother to pick up the phone when you call to try to see how they doing. Or how other family doing. And it's like, I'm just completely livid, man. I've known of other people who had similar experiences with their family, but not to a point where they just don't bother to let you know what the fuck is going on. You know? It's heartbreaking. I swear to God, it is so heartbreaking to me. I just never thought it was to a point where you had your own family wouldn't even want to talk to you, man. And here's the bad part. There's no reason for them not to. It's really not. And then you hear all this, well, it's your tone. I was like, well, it's not about my tone. Fuck about the tone. Think about what the situation is. The situation that you have to deal with, that you really have to address, is much more important than my fucking tone of voice. I mean, Negroes need to fucking wake and grow the fuck up at the same goddamn time. I get sick of this mess, man. That's why I see a lot of people just like, you know, as the old saying goes, you can always go back home. No, you can't. There are celebrities. I know two in particular. Actually, well, one for certain. I don't want to say his name. I heard the story about it before. When him and his mother had such a bad fallout, he don't even talk to his mother at all. He does not even talk to her, period. And to be honest, I'm almost at that point, I don't want to deal with my family like that no more either. I hate to say it. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And it makes me angry and sad and depressed all at the same time. You know, I'm supposed to be doing a live podcast with my man Chris Thomas this weekend. And he actually, like him and guys like him and Lance Scurv and others, talk about issues like that. It's a lot of the stuff like that we never hear on BET or TV One. I think BET at one point did talk about it. They stopped. You remember BET years ago had all those great shows on? What was it? Bear Smith and I think B. Smith might have been on it too. Tavis Smiley and Teen Summit, which I think Teen Summit was one of the best shows ever to hit black television or television period. It was really that good. It was that good. And they addressed hard-hitting issues in the black community, and teens were talking about it, trying to work out differences about different issues and stuff. They would bring celebrities on, talk about their personal experience and stuff. It was a great show. I watched it. I was already in my 20s by then, but it was a great show even for me, and I was in my early mid-20s. Watched it for years. Do you know BET has never attempted to even bring it back? They never attempted. Now that's a goddamn shame. You know, our community is infiltrated by It's infiltrated with bullshit. It is. You know, one of the things I find out with a lot of certain class of black women, you got certain class of black women that don't really want no man. They want the comforts of home. That's average now. A lot of them are like that. They want the comforts of home. They don't really want a real man. They don't want a man in a relationship. They want everything just based on what the man provided. Basically, they don't really want the relationship. The feminazis or the fembots, and I ain't talking about. Like I said, let me get this straight with y'all. I don't condone men putting their hands on women in terms of hitting them and sexually violating them, anything like that. I don't condone that at all. But you do have them feministic groups who actually who get to a point where they just don't even want to have nothing to do with a man at all for any reason, and they in turn put that mindset in our women that you don't need no man. Just have the kids and go. I heard one girl on the TV show. There's no joke. I heard a girl on the TV show talking about she wanted to have a surrogate baby. She didn't. That's too big. She said she bragged about it on a major television show on cable. She didn't want to have a traditional relationship. She did not. She just wanted a baby. That was it. That's all she cared about. Really? Do you know how hard it is to be a single parent? And this girl was like probably in mid-20s. You gotta be lost. You gotta have lost your mind. For real. You know? If that's the case, why have kids at all? But that's another whole story. You know, I just don't get it, man. I don't get the mentality of some of these black women today. I don't get it. You know, and they use it against black men. I don't care who black men are. You know, it's just degrading how they do you, how they talk about you, how they literally throw you under the bus, and don't really have your back like you think they do. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, and I'm just. There's times where I just get really, really incensed and very angry about it. I mean, I get angry, you know, I'm hurt because I'm hurt. You know, and you got women out there, oh, well, I don't like your tone. First of all, I'm a man. I'm gonna have a certain tone. You know, I can't talk like this. You know, I'm gonna have a certain tone. I mean, I don't understand that. I said, you know, you're not supposed to have no bass in your voice in 2019. What the fuck is up with that? Is, you know, I mean, you got the LGBT movement, all right, and all that. Now you want to let them influence you to a point where you can't even be a man and have a certain tone in your voice. You're a man. Men have certain tones in their voice. That's all there is to it. You know. You might think they're being in some cases being mean-spirited, but that's just how I talk. This is how I talk. You know, I don't get it. You know, it's what they call the pussification of America, man. And I'm telling you, I see more and more of it. It's crazy. You know, and you got black women out here, even in the office, they will try to throw you under the bus for no fucking reason. They don't care. As long as they got white zaddy behind them, they have no fucks to give. I heard a woman in the office one time talking about, ooh, I ain't gonna be messing with black, I'm gonna give me a white guy right in front of me. Now, if you want to say to your girlfriends or whatever, or your other male cohorts or some white woman that shit, that's fine, I don't care. But why you gonna say it in front of my face like that, in front of white people? To just basically say, you ain't about shit. You know, I'm sure sisters wouldn't like it if I'm in office, I'm gonna give me a white girl, because y'all ain't all that. I would never say that, but they say that kind of shit to me with impunity, and it's okay. You know, and you got white people who said that and talk about Colin Kaepernick was wrong for doing what he did. He should just go out there and play football because they pay him a lot of money. So fucking what? He has no right to be a man and stand on the square. Y'all motherfuckers are tripping. And the bad part about it, black women co-signing this shit. They're co-signing. I don't get it. Not all. Let me make that perfectly clear. Not all. But a lot of y'all are co-signing. I mean, literally co-signing. No, you can't stay in your square. No, you got that tone in your voice. Tone. Not attitude. Tone. Tone is the type of pitch that's on your voice. That's what tone is. You know? Really? I don't get it. I don't get it. You can't not only be black while walking, you can't be black while talking, you can't be black while driving, you can't be black while shopping, you can't be black while barbecuing, or taking your kids out, or being on the phone. And then motherfuckers got to fucking harass you. You can't even be a black man in this country anymore. No. Because we don't like your tone. Fuck out of here. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now they're trying to completely change the narrative. You can't even be a man anymore in this country, man. And the bad part about it, it's initialized by some of your own family members. I say, oh my God. I mean, really? You can't even do that. Black women in this country that got a full scoop of bullshit in their brains now, man. A full scoop of it. I'm telling you. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. The things that were addressed to me last night was to a point where I got completely thrown under the bus. You know. Now, I'm gonna say this. You can't drive out in the middle of the desert and not know where you're going. You gotta have some sense of direction, right? That's the kind of situation I'm in right now. You know that the person on the other end in the middle of the desert has the information, yet they won't provide it to you. They won't respond to the phone calls. And they allow their voicemail to get full to a point where they won't even bother to clear it or listen to it or even bother. And they'll lie to you the next day talking about when you can get a hold of them. Nothing wrong with my phone. How do you respond to that? And the other person's a defendant, saying, "Oh, well, if you want to know what's going on, just go up, just ride up there in the middle of, not knowing what the hell's going on, not know who to talk to, not know where to go. Do all of that. Nobody cares. Yet they're not doing anything. They're not providing any assistance with me on anything. That's the situation I'm in. And I don't like it. I can understand why some family disown others. I don't necessarily agree with it myself, but I can understand why some family members say, you know what, I'm not dealing with you. I'm emancipating myself from your ass. I can understand. Because I'm almost to that point. Family members going their own way. Well, it's almost at that point. It's just about to that point. But it hurts me. It hurts me deep. I know somebody like that. They have my actual namesake, and they act the same way. And they actually, I heard down the line, are related to me, but they don't want to respond to it. But they act the same way, and now I can kind of see why. But that's another story. I won't even go into that. But nevertheless, man, I will be talking about this live this weekend. I may even do one next because I got to work on my music anyway. But it's just, the answer is I will be going back to Cleveland real soon, because I have a lot more questions than answers, and I'm really, to be honest with you guys, I'm getting zero answers about anything right now in terms of my family situation. And it hurts. It hurts like fucking hell, man. It does. But they think I could just go up and just take off at will. I mean, I can take off, but not necessarily at will, because in the long run it's going to hurt me. Not in some ways I can only do for so much for so many days. But I got to have the resources in order to be able to take care of the situation, which is what I kept telling them. And they just, only thing they talk about, well, this person right here, they can't, do all that. Yes, they can. That person can. The person I'm trying to help can. They know that. And to me, that's just a piss ass excuse when they aren't even getting involved, and they're right there. That's like me in a situation. I have a family member down here, God forbid, that was in a desperate situation, and other family members for our town wanted to know what was going on, and I didn't provide them any information, wouldn't you think I was losing my damn mind? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. It was a resounding yes. I had to say it because it's the truth. Like I said, if the shoe was on the other foot, you think I was insane. But I would never do that because I'm not that kind of person. You know, and they were saying, well, you know, that person is, you know, he kind of depressed and down. Okay, I've had those days. I'm not a person that suffers from major depression. I'm not, you know, that was something I had to deal with a long time ago. And I don't, like I say, if you do suffer from depression, by all means, get the help and resources you need. I'm saying that's a public service and somebody who really cares about people who deal with that, because I've dealt with it in the past. You know. But anyway, but nevertheless, the issue in itself is not about me. The issue in itself is not about the person I'm trying to get in contact with, about to try to work this situation out. But they're rolling it like, okay, the issue is him, and it's really not about him. It's about the family member that I need to help. You know, what I'm saying is, black people, we gotta stop with all this in-house family drama and get to the meat of the situation. You know, a lot of times we don't do that. We want to just bicker about other shit. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about all that. I don't want to talk about, well, this, that, or other, or that person can't help you even though he's right there and has the information. And I'm like, you gotta stop making excuses for that person. That person can provide me the key to helping out the family member that I need to help out. And you guys are bullshitting the whole time. You know, we gotta stop caping for these certain people in the family who ain't trying to do anything and needs to step up their game. You know, and if you're in the area, you need to get on them about it. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. We have family members that are like that, where they just, you know, can deal with the situation and won't even bother to help them deal with the situation. But that's another story. I just like I said before, I can understand why some family members just emancipate themselves from other family, because they don't act right. They don't come correct, especially in times of crisis where they need to come correct all day, and they refuse to do it. They want to play the blame game and point fingers at you all day about this shit, instead of them coming through and say, hey, okay, let's get together and bond as a family and look into this and take care of this. Instead of putting all the eggs in one basket. You know, I tell you, not only do I have very few friends, I have very few people, family-wise, that I'm really close to. Very few. You know, and it does make me sad. It does make me. They put that cone right there. Jesus Christ! It does make me very sad at times. Like, he's making a U-turn. Cops make a U-turn. When y'all get to do that? You know, it makes me very sad. It does. It really does. And like I said, I tried to do diligence many times over when it comes to, you know, I was telling him last night, I said, look, I don't care where I'm at or where I be, whatever. If you call me, and if I can't get there or I respond to it that day, by the next day, you will get a phone call. See, I don't play a game with family. I don't give a damn how I'm feeling. I've been sick like a dog at one point, almost on death's door near myself one time, and called people up. I don't want to hear all that mess about everybody else. And you know, I'm talking about people who actually are functional where they can actually do that, just like I did. You know, what is going on this morning, man? Traffic is heavy. Like, I don't know what. I was doing good that guy right by here. It's just ridiculous anymore, man. And people don't seem to give a shit anymore. That's what hurts me. They say people used to care. Black people back in the day used to care about other black people. We don't care about each other no more like we used to. We really don't. That's the stunning thing about, Black America in 2019. It's a big difference between 2019 and 1979 or even 1969. We don't look out for each other like we used to. Black families are ready to throw you under the bus if they see you doing okay. And matter of fact, my man Elder Rashawn was talking about it a couple of days ago. Just talking about it. When they say they see you doing all right, and they ain't doing great. Well, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They love to throw you under the bus all day, but not realizing what you may be doing takes a lot of. You have a lot of pressure behind. They don't know you have a lot of pressure behind you because you have to. What saying goes? They said it's a thing that they say. It's always hard to stay at the top. It's a struggle to get there, but it's even harder to stay there. That's kind of my motto. It's a struggle to get where you want to be, but it's harder to stay there because you have to work twice as hard to maintain where you at once you're at a certain plateau than somebody who just working to get there. They say half the battle is getting there, and that's the point I'm trying to make. People don't realize that, I'm doing okay. I'm not, I ain't doing all. I mean, I'm doing okay. I'm making it. But you got other people out there just so biased towards you because they're like, oh man, look, you got, this, that, the other. Okay, but it wasn't easy, and it ain't easy maintaining. That's the worst part. It's a struggle to maintain what you're doing because you got the amount of pressure. What Biggie even talked about one time. God rest his soul. More money, more problems. Prime example. But even if you have the minimum versus what somebody don't have, and you ain't making a whole lot of money, they be jealous of you. I've seen it happen. But they still take something out of you. I mean, I've had family members be jealous of me of the minimalist of shit. Well, I don't have a house like you. Okay. I've had coworkers say that. My house, I have a reasonably sized house. It's not a big house. This house is twice, 3 times the size of mine. Really? People just don't get it. Just because you have a house don't mean you're rich. I know a few people have houses ain't rich. I'm talking about nice houses. But they want to make a big deal out of it because it ain't what they got. They didn't maintain to try to have what they need to have. And that's what it's all about. Negroes always want to say something to you when they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. What the hell? And they come up with a million excuses. Well, I ain't got what you got. You got that big old house. My house ain't that big, number one. And number two, okay, I got a house. Big deal. But because you ain't got it, don't make it my fault. Why would the guilt trip on me because of something that I did that I wanted to do versus something you didn't bother to attempt to try? But what I'm saying is, families need to stop with all this envy and jealousy, especially in a time that you don't need all that drama. See, I'm in the crisis right now where the drama is not needed. There's enough drama in the crisis where you don't need to be throwing all that mess out there and this and that stuff to be talking about. Deal with the meat and potatoes. Get to the meat of the situation. You address all the other stuff at a reasonable time when you can sit down and talk like adults. And stop trying to throw that in the mix, because all you're doing is making the situation worse. That's pretty much all I got to say about it, guys. I'm just glad to get it off my chest. I want to say this one more thing, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off for right now. I want to thank each and every one of you who's listening. Take the time to listen to any and all of my podcasts over the years. I'm going to try to put out more content. This has been a wild year. The last 6 months has been the most trying, moving, and most difficult time of my life. You know, it has. It's been tough. It's been real tough, man, and painful and sad. I just going through a lot of emotions right now, and it's hurting. It's killing me. It is. You know, just wanted to get that out the way. But actually, I want to thank each and every one of you for following my podcast over the years and continue to support my podcast. I don't ask for any donations. I do ask for viewership. I do ask for listeners and fellow podcasters. If there's anything I can do, I'm actually supposed to be on one this weekend. My man Chris Thomas show on YouTube. I don't think he's on Spreaker, but I know he's oh my God, these people let you over. Come on, man. Really? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for her. These people, man, just piss me off. I ain't about to fight this. But what I'm saying is, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for supporting me out there. I don't ask for monetary support. I do ask for viewership, listenership. That's all I ask. You know, you don't have to listen to every podcast I got. I will say this: there's something in the podcast for everybody to listen to on my topics, or many of my topics. You know, some of them may be a little offensive to you. Some of them won't be. I try to minimize my cursing as much as possible because Lord knows I need to clean that up a little bit. But sometimes I use it for emphasis, to emphasize a specific subject, and I'm trying to scale back on it best as I can. But I get so, how can I put it? I get so impassioned by what I talk about. I put that emphasis in to let you know how I really feel. All right, I want to thank you very much. I love you all. Keep listening. I have more to say on the back burner. And if any of you people out there that have podcasts, please let me know. I will be there to support you as well. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. I feel a lot better now. Getting it off my chest because this has been a rough time. So at least it helps alleviate the pain that I'm dealing with now in terms of dealing with my family. All right. Well, guys, that's all I got. Of course, I will be doing supposed to be doing a couple live podcasts, like I said. Chris Thomas show this weekend, hopefully. And I'm going to do my own, probably between 9 tonight or even tomorrow sometime. I will get it in. And I'll holler at you guys later. I'm out.